I'll believe it when I see it. Also, it doesn't mean a damn thing. So the rounds are being made again about Kathleen Kennedy is about to step down. She's about to move. By the way, she won't be fired. She will step down. They just won't renew her contract. So they say. Now, Kathy has also come out and said that she will leave on her own terms. So, and this is, like I said, this is like 4 or 5 years in the making. These periodically come out. So we actually don't know if it's true, but the internet is a buzz. So why not give our 2 cents on it? Let's go straight into it. Because the first thing that they say is because she's in charge of Disney Lucasfilm, the Star Wars succession problem. Who will replace her? Now, of course, the same name, Favreau, Filoni, Feige, you mean people who are already employed and already have huge positions within the Disney. Yeah, that's basically what it is now. Disney is the media. That's not, that wouldn't make any difference. In fact, nothing is going to make a difference. She ruined it. She killed it. We had a trial for it on Chris Gore's channel. It was deemed dead. The jurors, of which I was one of them, voted her out. Guilty, guilty, guilty. It was dead. You should be punished. Here's what the insiders are saying about who will and should become the new Star Wars Emperor. I find it funny that they're saying stuff like this because they had a Star Wars Empress, and this is why we don't hire women in positions of power. There is no credible alternative. All right, you have my attention. So when Dave Filoni's acclaimed Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series, it was acclaimed for like a few seasons, and it absolutely tanked down at the end. The premiere episodes, opening crawl, proclaimed great leaders inspire greatness in others. If you say this about Kathleen Kennedy, I'm going to shit a brick. I don't even care if we're not 2 minutes into the video yet. But who should Disney choose to inspire greatness in the next generation of Star Wars creators now that longtime Lucasfilm boss is retiring later this year? She hasn't announced it herself, by the way. This is all just a rumor from Puck News. So, yeah, it's still just in the rumor mill. But I know everybody wants to talk about it because this is what we do in fandom and geekdom. The job hunt will be like nothing before in Lucasfilm history because George Lucas handpicked Kennedy in 2012. Yes, in 2012 to run the company before selling his ownership stake to Disney, which elected to keep her in place. Yes, George Lucas has not made all wins. Just because he made the greatest things, you have to realize those greatest things were made. I think the last one was exactly 20 years ago. 2005 was when Revenge of the Sith came out. And he had a little bit of hand in, having Dave Filoni as a quote unquote apprentice for the beginning of the Clone Wars before he just completely stepped away entirely. And yeah, he went back on some of his own lore because the rhetoric he used. George was an idea man. Now, the stuff that he was actually in charge of, that shit was really good. Also, some flubs. There was a little bit of wonkiness with all of that, but that was part of the charm of it because it all came from one person. Now that this is corporate conglomerate with the sequel trilogy, they didn't even know. They threw out George Lucas's. He had an entire trilogy planned. They threw it all out, went from scratch. Jar Jar Abrams came out with the first one, Force Awakens. Everyone was hyped about it. The trailers, the premiere looked really good, but it didn't really sit right because this is just a rehash of exactly what George Lucas did. Then the second one, Rian Johnson came in, and what did he do with it? Well, he completely changed all the storylines because they didn't work in tandem with each other, and then just dipped out. Okay, bring Jar Jar back in. Force Awakens was great. Last Jedi was extremely divisive. What are we going to do? Because we have to end this on a third one. Well, I have to retcon some stuff. I have to make up complete MacGuffins and mystery boxes and all kinds of other crap. And it was just a god awful mishmash. Look where Star Wars has come from then. Then Kathleen Kennedy herself hiring people, like just women for the sake of hiring women so they can tell their own stories in a Star Wars universe, except they're not even actually using the Star Wars universe. They're not doing it at all. They're taking the bits and pieces that they like and shoehorning it in there with their feminist propaganda. And yes, it is propaganda because that's all they're doing. They don't care about telling a good story. They care about telling their life's tale with green face makeup and some shiny swords. Anyway, now for the first time, Disney will pick somebody new to lead its galaxy far, far away. I don't care about what the hell she has done. What? No, it's not even what she has done. It's just what she's attached her name to. She's been criticized for the franchise's many missteps, including some lackluster movies and shows, and overseeing lackluster. Lackluster. You're about to see the multi side of me come out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Numerous announced and discarded projects. You have people that are hired to write spec scripts and will be directors of something that people are actually excited about. They get hyped on it. They're working for it, and then they just ignominiously get dismissed. And who replaces them? Well, somebody with a better political agenda, I guess, to them. That's what happens every single time. Things get delayed. Disney keeps losing money. They're spending money hand over fist, and they are not making anything in return. Everything when it should be for the fans, when it should be for the actual brand of Star Wars. You are tanking all curiosity for everything. You made an Obi-Wan Kenobi show that didn't really feature Obi-Wan. You broke lore and all of that. You made Mandalorian. The first season was a great standalone little side quest. And then as you went to season 2, you had to bring back Luke Skywalker member berries because you wanted people to cry. You wanted people to feel that excitement for Star Wars that hasn't been for Star Wars in a long time. Mandalorian season 3, I didn't even watch it. What else came out? Ahsoka was god awful. I mean, it wasn't even fun to laugh at. We just roasted it the entire time. And yes, we did see all of them. What else? The Acolyte, the Akashite. That was just former Harvey Weinstein personal assistant Leslie Headland's basically headcanon of how she grew up with her sister in life. Great. Love to see that in a Star Wars universe. You wasted talent in a couple of the main actors and made the boy learn English, although be it very poorly, just to come over here and absolutely get shat up on. Yeah, I'll just go do Squid Game season 2. I'll go back to, my roots and what made me famous. And that thing is still breaking records with how much it's being watched and how much it's being streamed. Good job, Disney. Good job, Kathleen Kennedy. This was all under your watch, by the way. But while Kennedy's pending retirement might be drawing cheers from fans online, it shouldn't be drawing cheers. I'm just going to say it right now. It shouldn't be drawing cheers because it doesn't change anything. It's going to take a long time if Star Wars is even salvageable, which I don't think it is at this point. I think it's absolutely dead in the water. The only thing that can come from it basically at this point is to let the fans take back over. Expanded universe. You're not going to be able to do that from a corporate office. Disney, I mean, listen to me right now. You're not going to be able to do that. You will not be able to bring back the hype. You will not be able to put out good stories. Let the fans take it over again. Fan films. Shameless plug. I mean, go follow Star Wars Theory. He's doing his own fan films over there. This Vader series is absolutely top notch. Plus, just read the EU books. The EU books are so much better than any kind of drivel that Disney has put out since they took over Star Wars. Now let's go back to the actual article because I'm getting off on way too many tangents. One reason that Kathy stuck around for so long is because there's no credible alternative. She is not credible. All right. Let's just skim through this. And now, okay, here we go. Here we go right now. All right. This is some of the coping. This is the copium that they're huffing. What people don't understand is that it's not a creative job. It could be if you were a creative person, but no, you just attach your names to creative people. You reap the benefits without putting in any of the risk. You get the reward without the risk. But this is what they're saying. And one producer with ties to Star Wars, that's about 10% of it is being creative. Really? From an original IP that someone just thought up out of their head. The rest of it is dealing with Disney, licensing, and fans. Dealing with this. I can't even go further into this because I am going probably to kill myself just thinking about it even more. Kathleen Kennedy, just stay in there for as long as you want. I honestly don't care. It's not going to change anything. Replacing her at this point changes nothing. Putting some other little like gay dog fucker in her place changes nothing. It's all going to be more of the same for a long, long time. It can't be saved unless you release that IP back to the fans that made the lore great in the first place. That's what I have to say about it. Whatever. She's like 72 years old. Retire. Go drink your, you know, warm cup of tea with a warm glass of shut the hell up. Just get out of my face. I don't care about this anymore. Star Wars is dead. What do you guys think about it? This is Malty. We love you. Thanks for sticking with me this long. Bye bye.